Hi, I'm Clay Dowling, and I'm here to give you a quick walkthrough on using RPGcampaign.com to manage your own role-playing campaign. I've already logged in as our demo user Bob Sample, and the first thing I need to do is go to my account and make myself a game master. You do that on the Edit tab, and then you scroll down to the Premium Content section and check the box, Let me create my own campaign. We save that, and we're now a game master. The next thing you have to do to run your campaign is actually create the campaign entry on our website. So go to Create Content over here on the navigation bar, choose Campaign, and fill in the form. I've fortunately prepared my material ahead of time. I encourage you to do the same. It will just make your life a lot easier when you're using the website. I accidentally picked up a bit of extra junk. Fortunately, we've got a word processor-like editor here, as you can see, and that just makes my life a little bit easier. Now, I've also got a link I want to put in there. And fortunately, one of the nice things about this website is you don't have to be a web guru to figure out how to use web features. So I just selected the link there and cut it. I'm going to select the word I want to be linked. I'll choose my Insert Edit Link option here on the menu, paste my link, and I've got a link on the page. So there's our basic information there. We have here our checkbox here. Do we want to put this on the registration form? And I usually like to have this checked yes, so that as soon as my players sign up to use the site, they can see my campaign right there on the first screen, and they can make themselves members. Just makes things a little bit easier for them. Down here we've also got our membership request status. This is kind of important. I usually leave mine as open, again, so that my players can just add themselves to the campaign. But you can really choose any of these that you want. The one I do recommend avoiding is closed. Sometimes it's nice for privacy, but it puts all of the work on your side, which isn't so great. So let's save our campaign. And there we go. We have our Blackwoods campaign saved. Now, the first thing I like to do when I'm creating a new campaign is to create my book. My book is just where I put all the background information that my players are going to need, and also where I'll update background information as the game world develops. So over here we've got a list of things we can create. We're going to create a book page, and we will call it Blackwoods Campaign Book because we're original like that. Something I want to make sure happens right away here, I want to go down to the book outline section, down near the bottom of the screen, and where it says book. By default, this would not be part of any book, but I want my own separate book for my campaign, so I'm going to choose create a new book. And the rest of this we can leave as it is. And we're just going to put a quick reminder here to check this book for information about the campaign and about creating your characters. All right, we're ready to save that. And we see here that our book has been created. And over here on the right, we have a section called Group Books. And there's our book right there. And just to confirm, we're going to click on that. And you can see right here that we are indeed have a book. Now, single page book with this little text isn't very useful, so let's add a child page. the first thing my players are going to need to know is what books they're going to need to bring. Fortunately, I've also prepared that ahead of time. Paste that in. We don't really need our title there, so let's delete that. We do need our title up here. You'll notice this little orange asterisk here. That means that the field's required. So we tried to save this without having that there. We'd get an error message. Alright, I want to play with my links down here again. This game's going to require some books my players might not have, so I'm going to create a link to it, just like we did before. Linking is an incredible feature to use here. It'll make your players' life a lot easier, save them a lot of hunting and Googling. Now, this looks kind of ugly here, so we're going to spruce it up a little bit with some bullet points. Simply select, choose the bullet point option there. Get some more stuff that needs prettying up there. And one thing I really don't want to find in my dungeon crawling adventure is ninjas. I'm more of a pirates kind of guy, and ninjas are heavily penalized in my game. So I'm going to emphasize that at the bottom. Anybody attempting to use ninja will be eaten by a grue. I want to make sure it is clear that ninja is the name of a book, so we italicize it like that. So let's go look at our book outline again. You can see it's already automatically going to put it in the Blackwoods campaign book because we created this as a child page. The parent item will be the Blackwoods campaign book. So everything's good there. Let's save our page, and there is our page. Now let's go back up to the Blackwoods campaign book, and we see here's our Blackwoods campaign book placeholder page, and there's the page we just created, that books to have. I really think we need another page. I put a section in here on what I want my players to do with their characters. I use the character feature of this website to keep track of characters through the game, so there's a central repository. It makes it easy for me to reference when I'm planning my campaign, because I'm not always at home when I plan my campaign. So let's add another child page. Paste our text in. Now I've got a little bit of text here I really want to emphasize. These are a set of menu options for somebody to follow, so I'm going to boldface those so that they're going to show up nicely when somebody looks at the page. That way they don't have to do a lot of, they don't have to read through things so carefully. It'll automatically happen the right way. So there's my information on how to store your characters for the game. Let's go up again and have a look at the book. You see on our placeholder page, we've got the books to have, we've got the character storage. Our book is neatly organized there. If you're like my game group, you've always got one Luddite who really doesn't like to use computers too much. So what I'll do for that person is, before our first meeting, I'll use our printer-friendly version there. And you can see this gives you a nice version of your book that can be printed out. It's pretty crude HTML, and that's by design. It'll come out looking okay when they print it.